Let's see. We need a little bit more lights here. Okay, that's a little bit better. Let me do my copious shots of letting everybody know we're live. Ooh, hey! Hello. It has been a minute. We are going to talk about my rebrand. We're going to talk about the move. At some point, Anthony Wan might be joining us. I don't know. I don't want to force him to show his face if he doesn't want to. But we have a lot to discuss this evening. So I'm glad you guys are here. Thank you. It feels good to be back. It really does. I've missed creating. As you guys can see, it's a little different up in here. I'll explain what's going on over here. Sorry for the color. I think I should turn this light off. It's throwing the color off. Can everybody see me okay? Just sending out the calls to see. Just to see who else is here. I'm gonna give a few more people a chance to come in so I don't have to repeat myself over and over again and give you guys the same information. But yeah, it's been a minute. Actually, if I look, I think it's been over a month since my last YouTube video. Let me check on that real quick. Where's my YouTube app? And I'm pretty sure I've lost subscribers because I haven't uploaded at all. But I mean, the last few months have been a lot. They've really been a lot. Yeah, it's been a month, a little over a month since the last time I uploaded, and things have. I'm gonna let you guys know. I mean, we're gonna get really real because I have nothing to hide from you guys. So we are truly going to get into it. That's a great jump off point. So here's what happened with our roommate. So I have to go back a little bit further than when everything hit the fan. So I believe it was mid to late May, we got our lease renewal. The original plan when we moved to California, actually, the original plan for moving to California was that we were going to move to Santa Clarita because it was so vibrant, everything was it, which to a girl who has lived in New York City for 12 years and always had to go to the laundromat to get her laundry done, which meant she went for low freezing temperatures during the winter to wash some clothes, was not the vibe. So to have a washer and dryer in unit is a dream come true. And I know that's common elsewhere, but in New York City, nah. So, and we just loved the area. Everything was gorgeous. And then 2 months before the move, our roommate was like, listen, I'm thinking we should stay here in Lancaster because my parents are here and his mother's health wasn't doing as well as we had all hoped at the time. So I was like, all right, it'd be better for him because if something happens to her, we swallowed our pride and said, all right, let's do that. We'll be there for a year. That'll give us a chance to save up some money because Santa Clarita is more expensive than here. And we were like, oh. Saying my connection is unstable and it's trying to reconnect. So as I was saying, we decided to move here. And now Lancaster is an hour outside of LA. We're in Los Angeles County, but as far as like if we wanted to go downtown LA, to do that. And so the plan was stay there for a year, and then when the time came to renew the lease, we would let them know we weren't renewing the lease, and we would all move to Santa Clarita. Well, the pandemic happened. And nobody, hey, oh my goodness, I've never seen you in a live before. I'm so happy you're here. This time, and we just decided when we got the lease renewal that we would just stay for another year, because who really wants to move with COVID and having to deal with packing and wearing the masks, and who wants to go apartment hunt during COVID? Like, that doesn't make any sense. So we're like, let's just sign the lease. We'll stay here. And actually, there was a part where like AJ had made a comment about 6 more months, and our roommate threw a fit about us wanting to stick to the original plan, which was moving in the next year. But anyway, we got the lease renewal. We renewed the lease. I want to say literally a month later after, because we had to re-sign the lease by June 15th. And we literally signed it the night before. So what we did was, so June came and went. Mid-July, AJ and I, for those of you who might not know, I have developed this love of watching AJ play video games because I'm home all day. I work from home. AJ's an essential worker, so he still goes to his job. So I'm in the house all day by myself. And so we're like a married couple. He comes home, we eat dinner, we maybe watch a then if he's playing a game that I really enjoy watching him, or if I feel like playing a game with him, like Mario Kart or Mario Party or something else, we'll go in his room, play the game, or I'll watch him play the game.
But why? Why would we go to my room?
Oh, why would we go to your room? So why would we go to AJ's room? Because Corey had a puppy. Y'all remember Pancakes, who in my own way, I do miss, because she kept me company during the day. She's a lot more active than my cat, whose attitude has changed completely since we moved. We will discuss that.
Okay.
But, God, I'm going to turn off this light because it keeps throwing off my color balance.
Do you want the other one on instead?
That might be good. Okay. See, because it was my camera was trying to adjust. Anyway.
How's that?
So, actually, that's perfect. Thank you. So, Pancakes was not, I tried. Pancakes was not house trained. She was not housebroken. So we had puppy pads in the living room, and she would do her business in the living room, and it would sit there for a week because a certain somebody would not clean it up until they got good and ready. So it was a problem. So we would spend a lot of time in the living room. So we would feel better eating our food and entertaining ourselves in AJ's room, because there was no poop and pee to not infiltrate. What's the word I'm looking for? To
nauseate?
Yes, to nauseate us, to assault. There we go. To assault our noses and our other senses, and that was fine. That's what we did. So one night when our roommate was working late, we have a group chat. So we get this message in the group chat where he said that his boss had decided to respond to one of his posts, because he said he wanted a kind of job where they sent you on a deployment where it's like you had your home base, but you were sent like overseas for a certain amount of time, and then you would come back. And he was looking for something like that. Well, long story short, he tells us that he's just thinking about applying for the gig that his director has presented him to. The gig is in Dayton, Ohio. And he was like, you guys can do this, you guys can do this. Now, AJ and I live comfortably with this money we make. We take care of each other, we're good. But we could not afford a 3-bedroom apartment with just the two of us. So we were like, did did you think about what would happen to us if you took this? He's like, oh, I'll put up a bulletin board, say you guys need a roommate. Now, when we first moved out here, he threw around the idea of renting a house with somebody. And I was like, I'm not trying to spend my first year of California out with somebody I don't know. Because I've been in roommate situations, living with people that I don't know. I did that when I lived in, I rented a room in a house, and you had people calling other people demons. You had people calling people, or not calling people, but they were singing hymns, like church hymns at 6 o'clock in the morning when I'm trying to get ready. On Sunday morning, I wasn't even getting ready for work. So I was like, I'm not trying to deal with that again. Plus I'm in my late 30s. Like, I don't really want to do that again. Please, thank you. I mean, that's cute when you're, just getting on your feet, but no. So I was like, the thought of having another roommate, which was somebody that I didn't know, was not the vibe, was not the wave for me. So couple days later, he's like, all right, I don't want to say a couple days. It was sometime later. I want to say like 4 or 5 days later. He was like, all right, I applied for the job. We were like, what? What is happening?
Not even to us.
He didn't even tell us directly. We overheard him on the phone with his parents saying that he applied for the job. Thanks. So now my brain's going into overdrive. Like, what are we going to do? Because this director pretty much presented the job to him. He's going to get it. So like, what are we going to do? I'm all over the place. And so I decide to ask the leasing office what our options are. And thank the gods above, they were like, listen, we have 2-bedroom apartments available. They won't be available till September, but we have these available. So I was like, thank you, we'll talk. Please just keep us in mind. So after a week after the interview, he tells us he got the job and he's going to be moving to Dayton. Fantastic. So that occurred at the beginning of August. Anthony Kwan?
I think so.
Yeah, around the beginning of August, late July, early August. And then there was this whole thing of, well, they don't know when they want me to start. It could be anywhere from 2 weeks from now to October. We're like, wait, what? No, we need to know what the tea is. I need to go back to the leasing office and be like, hey, do you have any of those 2-bedroom apartments? Help. So I just decided, screw it. No matter what, knowing our, because my roommate and I work for the same company. So I looked at their benefits for relocation. So I was like, all right, this is what's going to happen for him. So I'm going to call the leasing office and set this up. So AJ and I did a virtual tour contacted them to say, we want this one, which is the style we have now. They were like, okay, that one's not available, but we have another one available on September 19th. That was actually a little bit cheaper than the one we were going to move into, or the one we selected originally. So I was like, all right, cool. We'll take it. And he left right after Labor Day. And then we moved in. We've been here a week.
Yep.
And that was probably one of the most hectic days. That was more hectic than moving out here in the first place. But thankfully I decided to, and it left me broke, but I'm not, I am not sad about it.
But why? Why did it almost leave us broke?
It almost left us broke. Okay, I'll tell you that story too. So I hired.
Tell the whole story.
I hired a moving company. Are you coming to join?
If you don't mind.
Not at all. Please. You know my people love you. Some of you might not know my best friend. He is not on Twitter, but he will be on this channel a lot now that we have peace.
And we shall have peace.
I'll sing it later. At least you didn't have to deal with him anymore, and you took control when he was dragged. I mean, that's the type of person I am. I'm pretty sure, Donna, you've seen me tweet, like, all I know how to do is move forward. One of the things that AJ and I have done, and we actually can do tomorrow if we're not too tired, is to start watching book 3 of Legend of Korra.
Yay!
And much like Cora, where she says a line in book 2 that all she knows how to do is fight. Like, yep, that's me.
It's a lot of Cora and Tay.
Yes.
Or Tay and Cora. Or Corte.
Do you want to just... Do you want to eat or do you want to be on camera?
I don't know if there's enough space for me.
Well, I can just... There we go. That's AJ. So, get comfortable. So let me slide over and make it easier for you because AJ is consuming.
Either that or we could just like...
There we go.
There
That's
we go.
better.
Look at that.
Yep.
Good too.
So,
The size of my head pales in comparison to your wig alone.
exactly. This is some big hair, man. But you know, I always do it big. So,
how do you find this comfortable sitting right on the crack?
I have a bigger ass than you.
I suppose so.
So I have a little bit more cushion. Anyway, so I think it was a couple days before the move, we get an email from the leasing office saying, "Hey, this is how much it's going." And since we moved in mid-month, we have to pay for the rest of the month. So it ended up being $1,422.80. I was like,
And
they
then
were
I
like,
figured, I have a card that, my family and my grandmother gave me for emergencies that we could just pay back. We'll just put it all on that and then it should be fine. Because we've been paying our rent via their website using our cards.
And so what happened was they were like, we need a cashier's check or a money order. And we were like,
oh,
we don't have $1,400 in cash just laying about. What the, huh? No.
Now granted.
We already had paid the transfer lease fee.
Yeah.
And they said nothing else about, and like, I knew we were going to have to pay the rest of the rent, but I thought that would be it. Just like the month.
Like we've been paying.
Yeah. So I begged, I was like, is there any way we could pay this on a card? We just do not have the cash. And again, thank the gods, the manager agreed to let us pay our security deposit and rent with a card through the resident portal.
And if I may,
yes,
them popping that thing on us the day before our move was a cruel, cruel thing to do.
Incredibly unprofessional.
That if we were just moving into the complex that day.
Yeah.
But we've been living here
we were
for a
residents
year.
for a year. So it's like, we're good for it. Like I think the only time we were late with a rent payment was my bad. Like I didn't pay my part by the third day of the month. So I had to pay like an extra $125. But other than that, we're fine.
Oh, is that the late fee?
Yeah.
Oh. Another note, if I may.
Yes.
If I may make a point.
Yes.
I think, granted, because of the situation that we found ourselves in, we're forced into, we probably would have had no problem having that lump sum that we had to give them if we had an ample amount of time to save and prepare for the move.
6 weeks for a move is not... It's not ample time.
No.
I don't know anybody who could have saved $1,500 plus the $900 that we had to pay for the movers.
Who were very good.
The movers were amazing. When we move to Santa Clarita next year, I'm definitely calling them again because they were excellent. Like our move to California.
Actually, if you post this, shout out to Precision Movers. They were very good. Very good. Very precise.
Very precise. They came in, they were like, what do you want us to do? Where's everything going? Like boom, 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 boom. Left no stone unturned. They packed up stuff that I forgot I had. It was incredible. I think the whole ordeal, like they got there like right before.
Do you know what this is?
Is that chai?
This is a hot chai latte with pumpkin creamer and a shot of Patron Cafe.
Oh, okay.
Would you like a taste?
I would like a taste. I don't think I've ever had the cafe tequila in a coffee. So, like I was saying, so the movers were amazing. And we will be using them next year.
And we shall return the cup. Would you like me to make you one, please? Okay.
It was so good, guys.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
It was so good. Anyway, I'm not going to be able to get to sleep tonight because that's going to... Oh.
Well, it might counteract because you got the booze and you got the caffeine.
True. Oh. One of them said that they love your laugh.
Who?
Her screen name is Bitchy Sarcastic Mom.
Ah.
She said she loves your laugh. Anyway, so
Wait,
yeah.
Sarcastic Mom. Is that my mom?
No, that's not your mother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. AJ's my best friend. Oh my God. We've been best friends.
I've lost count.
Oh God. It's over 20 years. Because we met when we were, what, 14? Yeah.
It was what year of high school?
Well, we dated freshman year of high school.
Okay.
But we met in seventh or eighth grade? Eighth grade. So yeah, 14.
Something like that.
So 14, I'm calling it 14, and we're both now 38. So that's 24 years, my dude.
Damn.
Yeah, 24 years of friendship.
Jeez, I can't stand you.
Do you know what I did to get you here? It's that you have a roof over your head, sir.
It is true.
But, I want to discuss that really quick.
Okay.
Because I had this thought. I think I tweeted earlier today that I have these moments where I just randomly feel like I'm falling in love. There's nobody in my life other than, he's not in my life, but y'all know how much I love Chris Evans. But it's gotten to the point where I like audibly sigh when I see his picture now. It's bad. Somebody help. Anyway, but I realize that I really do, even with the carnival of horrors that has been 2020, it has changed me and it almost succeeded back towards the end of May with George Floyd and Breonna Taylor and all of that. But let me at least ask the leasing office, because there are people who would have been like, I don't know what we're gonna do. Oh, we're just and just let things, like, I'm the type of person now. I used to be the type of person that let life happen to them. I like to happen to my life. I believe heavily in manifestation. I manifested this move to California. I started seriously focusing on it and manifesting it in 2016, but have wanted to move to California since 2013. But like, if I look on Facebook through my Facebook memories, like I can see through 2016 how much, like, I would go Hollywood sign and just say, it's like, I can't wait to get there. I know I'm going to be there. The love of my life is in California. I'm going to meet them there. And so I know this is where I'm supposed to be. It might not be forever, but I know it's where I'm supposed to be right now for this stage of my life, for this period of growth that I've got. And I've grown so much since being here and I manifested my dream job as well. So I'm like, okay, I really believe I can manifest that. I can't manifest Chris Evans falling in love with me, but I can manifest him meeting me. So we're working on that right now. Anyway, but I do love the fact that I am that type of person where it's like, all right, let me at least just ask the question. Let me at least just try, because I can't even imagine.
I may have overdone yours a little bit.
Oh, and I love that you put it in the Knives Out mug.
Of course.
We will talk about Knives Out in a second. But I'm in a different, so let's get into that. I'm just in.
I need to get more of this tequila.
Right? I'm just a completely different person. And that's why the title of this live is the Glowed Up Geek Girl Agenda. I am completely rebranding my channel. I'm going to make a whole separate video for those who aren't in this live right now. I'll probably be doing that once we're done here. Actually, I can't find my pen. But anyway, was given to me by one of my friends who sadly passed away a couple of months ago. But when I started this channel, it was after the first Dramageddon when Manny and Laura and Gabriel Zamora and Nikita Dragon were, trying to give.
Yours might taste a little bit more like the tequila because I just finished it off in there. So.
Are you trying to get me drunk on my live?
I'm not trying to. It just might happen.
Ooh, that is strong, but it's good. It's like an Irish coffee, but maybe Puerto Rican coffee. Whatever. Anyway,
it's got pumpkin spice in there, so it's a basic.
Basic Boricua?
Basic Boricua, because we don't want to be demonetized.
Well, I could say bitch.
You can?
I can't say it like 10 times in a row.
Oh wait.
Don't you dare. But the thing, I started this channel after Dramageddon 1, as I said, and I really wanted to be a beauty influencer. I wanted to get PR. I have more makeup in my room than I will probably ever be able to use in my lifetime. But I do love makeup. I have a video about Jackie Aina where I talked about how makeup saved my life and how Jackie helped me. But it's dark now.
Oh, I'm sorry, because
it's so dark.
There was this glare.
I understand. Okay, maybe right there. Right there. Just perfection. There we go. It's still doing the color switch thing, so that maybe that'll be fixed later. I don't know. But I don't feel that Slay Del Val really is who I am anymore, because I don't, especially with my channel, I don't just want to post makeup content. Like, I will still post makeup content because I do love makeup and people do ask for tutorials every now and again. I'm actually considering at one point going to, after I finish my bachelor's degree, because I am going back to school, still going to school and getting my cosmetology degree. So, but I don't want my channel to solely be makeup and beauty. I really want my channel to reflect who I am. So that's why I started doing my More Than Marvel series, where I watch all of Chris Evans' non-MCU movies because I think he's an amazing actor. Was why I speak up on the issues in this that affect me in this world as a Black woman, as a woman in her late 30s. Like, I really, really want to showcase myself. And one of the messages that I've been getting a lot this year, even through all of the bullshit, has been, you will achieve success by being your authentic self. And when my channel grew, a lot of it was like, we want to learn about you. We want, we want to know about you. And Donna, I think it was you who slid into my DMs either this morning or yesterday, telling me that I remind you of old school YouTube. And I was in tears. My tears literally welled up in my eyes because of that. Because it's like, that's what I have a second channel called Journey of a Grown Geek Girl, where I started talking about cosplay and comic books, geeky things. And I plan on, when we can start going to conventions again, bringing that
next year.
Exactly, bringing that back to this channel as well. So, Glowed Up Geek Girl, there's been so much that has happened to me in the last 3 years that have gotten me to the point where I am. And I feel like that really encompasses who I am. Like, I'm still very much a geek. I'm actually getting ready to go on another Black girl geek type I want to have this podcast where we talk about this. Would you be interested in joining? I'm like, yes. So, I want to share that with you guys. When we're allowed to go to movie theaters, I want to talk, I want to do movie reviews again. Like, I want to see Wonder Woman 84, and I'll suffer through Black Widow for y'all. Black Adam's coming out now or soon. And, all of that stuff. I will even sit through the Snyder cut of Justice League and report my thoughts to you guys. That's the type of stuff I love to do. And I want.
And we will be mixing drinks for that one.
All right. Like pop a little giggle. But I really do want to do that. And I feel like it's really time to retire Slay Del Val in order. That's dedication. Like, to be fair, like, there are movies of Chris's that I don't want to watch. Like, there's a period piece that he did called The Loss of a Teardrop Diamond that's set in like the 20s or the 30s, and I see 0 people of color
That sounds
in
like
the cast.
like a subcategory of Harry Potter.
Well, no, right?
Harry Potter
and the Loss of a Teardrop Diamond. But like, it's a Tennessee Williams play adaptation, and like I said, there are like 0 people of color in the cast. If there are, they're servants, like butlers and the maids. And I'm like, everybody in this movie looks like they're just getting ready to say the N-word, and I do not want to watch this movie. But I hopefully by the time I'm done watching all of his movies, there'll be a vaccine and we'll be able to see people face to face. But I would love to sit down and talk to Chris about his life, about his career, about possibly taking me to dinner. Anyway,
nothing about picture pop-ups.
We're not going to discuss that. Actually,
we're not. That's why I didn't say it directly. I said
actually, let's have a conversation about that, because can I tell y'all how many times I got tagged when that happens? People know how much I love Chris. They're like, people that I haven't talked to in 6 months are like, do you see his brother who never slides into my DMs?
Which one?
Matthew.
Oh. I mean,
he's never initiated contact with me.
If you include Michael, Michael's the oldest of all my younger brothers. But
true.
Out of that 4, Brian, Matthew is the oldest.
Matthew. And it's just like, he was like, hey, did you see what your celebrity crush did? I didn't share it because I respect my husband.
She just shared it with me on her phone.
Yeah, so because I'm not going to post it anywhere. Like, that's
it was so artistic too. It's like it's a shadow.
It's a silhouette.
Shadowed silhouette. Like it's a very white thigh.
Well, I think it was a sheet. I think he did that.
Was it the sheet or was it his thigh?
I think it was.
We're gonna have to re-examine it again later.
Like, but the fact, what I said before is like what that whole situation taught me, because Chris was on Tamron Hall after that, and he was like, he's like, I got some pretty fantastic fans who really, looked out for me. And I was like, that means that man lurks on social media.
Mm-hmm.
I think I tweeted that and somebody replied, they were like, for her to not be, she doesn't post often, but she knows when the streets are talking about her. So I'm like, that man lurks on social media. If that man has seen my side-by-sides of him.
I'm just waiting for him to somehow pop up with hashtag show this to Chris.
Yes, AJ came up with his own hashtag to try to get Chris to notice me. So it's like every time I post like a review of one of his movies or like the video, I think maybe in the next video I do where I do my Scott Pilgrim review, mm-hmm. I'll use my Chris Evans blanket.
Yeah.
Or like if ever I do that, like in the side-by-sides I do that he likes, he wants me to use the hashtag show this to Chris. And I'm like, that's not how I want to get this man's attention. If you, Donna. Are you gonna start doing that now whenever I post the side? Actually, I need to post the side-by-side today. He was in the movie for 5 minutes. Actually, he was in the movie for like 4 minutes and 42 seconds. But you could tell he had fun with that role. Even when he did, they did the table read for charity, he was having fun. He even furrowed his brow. Natalia! He even furrowed his brow to make him look like Lucas Lee. I really want to talk to him about that role. I want to talk to him about his role as Lucas Lee. I want to talk to him about his movie Puncture, which is a movie that I think, because I've seen it before, is one of his best performances. But Chris should get more recognition. Like there should be people who know him aside from we fans who know him as more than Captain America, which is why I started my series. But I want the computer. I forgot I wasn't on Zoom. We need to have a Zoom call, Natalia, because I have not there's been so much that's gone on. I think it's just I need a new laptop.
Please wait while we try reconnecting. So did we disconnect?
No, because the timer's still going and
Okay.
people are still responding. I really think that he's a fantastic actor and he's a great person. He's using his platform for good. He started a website to educate the public about politics, where people could go to their elected officials and ask questions in a non-confrontational fashion. a platform that's not social media. That is a form of social media, but there are no likes and anything like that. So people don't feel threatened. They don't feel that they're being yelled at.
What?
And I have the app. I have the app for a starting point, but I'm gonna wait. I want him, you know what? I really want him to talk to, has he? I need somebody to tell me. I need to see if he's sat down with Auntie Maxine. I need that happen. Miss Reclaiming My Time. If he sits down with Auntie Maxine.
If they go back and forth with Reclaiming My Time, sure, I can do this all day. I'm going to laugh like that.
This is one of the reasons I want to meet Chris, because I need AJ. Because AJ will make fun of him relentlessly. And as much as I love Chris, I'll be here for it.
Fun.
I'll be here for it. Also, Scott Evans needs to be my friend too. Our friend. Because he's a wonderful gay man. And I would love to party with him. He looks like a good time.
The four of us at Mario Party, that'd be funny.
Oh, God. Actually, no, the four of us at Mario Kart, because I've heard Chris gets very competitive when it comes to Mario Kart. And you and Chris are horrible. You and Chris in Mario Kart, oh my God.
So about this whole no longer calling yourself slay, is it because you can slay all day?
Actually, there's a setting spray called Slay All Day made by Gerard Cosmetics.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Jen. But I think she still follows me on Twitter. Anyway, but no, I feel like with Mark's passing,
mm-hmm.
and I'm just, like I said, I'm just no longer in, you can see what you've done.
What did I say? Starting gaming, I have no idea how to do it. You can slay all day.
Listen, if I could just play with makeup for a living.
She can slay all day. All day. She slay. Another song, slay all day.
Well, Beyonce already made, that's Formation, because I slay.
That's
I
it.
slay.
All
But
day.
it's the only thing I don't like. So I'm wearing a full face of Rare Beauty. And the only thing I don't like, the color on my lips is fabulous. I love a red lip, but it's not smudge proof. So it's coming off on the coffee cup.
Mm-hmm.
I bought this mug specifically so that I could do my Knives Out review. And I also have the shirt that says Eat Shit, but instead of an eye, it has a magnifying glass. I can't wait to watch that movie again and review it for you guys. I'm trying to move away from doing like a synopsis of the plot and just giving you my thoughts on the film, because I really want people to watch the film themselves. Like with Scott Pilgrim, Chris is only in the movie for like 4 minutes, so I'm not going to sit here and be like, and then Ramona goes into the store and bumps into Scott. Like, I don't want to do that. I really want to be like, here's what I love about the movie. Here's what I don't like about the movie. Here's what I don't understand about the movie. What I don't understand about the movie is why everybody is lusting after Ramona Flowers. Stay tuned for my review.
I thought that was how you were doing your reviews.
No, I started by giving like
scene by scene.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah, that's why they're so long.
Oh yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, especially with like Cellular. Cellular was a fun movie, but it's like a movie that I play like in the background. Like if I need to go to sleep, I'm just gonna put that movie on and go to sleep. Even because Chris looks so young, and they tried to make Chris like a surfer from LA. A frat boy from LA, but that Boston accent, because this was 2004, that Boston accent is so strong.
That's so terrible. A second. I can't sleep. I need something to help me put to sleep. I'm going to watch this movie. That'll put me to sleep.
I do that. I put up, but I don't do it to the point where you hear it so that it keeps you up at 2 a.m.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be able to sleep again with peace and quiet, more or less.
Oh, what's a great smudge proof that doesn't dry out your lips? Oh God.
Sharpie. That stays on like forever.
No. Color Pop. I don't even know if they do liquid lipsticks anymore, but those were really good.
Color Pop? Did you say Color Pop?
If you go back on my channel, there's a video that's almost 2 years old now of me doing AJ's makeup. And there's a part where I'm telling the camera what I'm using. I'm like, and I'm going in with the Color Pop no filter setting powder.
And I tried to set it up like a classic commercial, like Color Pop no filter setting powder. Did you say Color Pop no filter setting powder?
And I didn't know what he was doing. I was just like,
yes.
That's what he did. He was like, yes. I said, no. I was like, oh. been requested that I do his makeup and he does my makeup again. Maybe update. He doesn't watch tutorials. He's actually not much of a YouTube head.
Nope.
But y'all know me. I stay on YouTube. I spend way too much time on social media, especially with the pandemic. But I really think that once the pandemic is over, this channel will be hot and popping because I'll be living the life that I didn't get to live because of the pandemic. We'll be going to downtown LA. We'll be all up in West Hollywood, especially at karaoke bars, because that's what we love to do.
Mm-hmm. I miss karaoke.
As do I, Lord Frieza. The whole yes. Yeah. She's talking about Knives Out.
Oh.
I will say this about Knives Out. I want to have as much fun doing anything in life as Daniel Craig playing Benoit Blanc. That's the name of his character. He plays the Southern Fried Detective. He has a country, like, y'all know Daniel Craig is as British as they come, but his drawl is so thick and authentic. Like, that dialect coach was worth every penny. What's his name? What was his name? Daniel Craig's character was Benoit Blanc. So he sounds like a Creole name, actually. Mm-hmm. But you can tell this, and I'm going to say this in my review, this man was having the time of his life. Like, yes, I'm playing somebody that's not James Bond, somebody who's not a hard ass, somebody that actually gets to smile and laugh. Yes.
Kentucky Fried 7.
With Benoit. Yes, I know what Ben. Yes, Natalia, being freaky on my live.
Mm-hmm.
But
what does Benoit mean, Tay?
Have you never heard of Benoit balls?
No. I know if there's a wrestler like Chris Benoit. Is that related to this?
Natalia, I'm going to let AJ slide into your DMs and ask you that question.
I don't slide anywhere. Unless it's a bathtub.
Have you? You have not taken a bath in our bathtub.
Did you? Have you sat down in that water yet?
Not yet.
Oh.
I'm waiting.
I don't think I've taken a bath since I was a child because I'm just a shower guy.
I love showers too because like you sit, it's like a stew.
Mm-hmm. And who wants to stew in their own juices?
I did on Valentine's Day in the last house, or not the last house, but
well, if you're gonna do it
in New York,
if you're gonna do it with candles and wine, then yes.
In New York, I did. I'm like, no, this past Valentine's Day, I was alone in the house with wine and Chipotle and cheesecake and Knives Out. That was a good time. You know what makes me mad?
What grinds your gears, Tay?
I'm sorry to keep talking about Chris, but I'm mad that this dude does not cook. So, as you know, everybody's been doing interviews via Zoom and Skype or whatever. And Chris has 2 residences. He has a home in Massachusetts where he's basically been riding out the pandemic. And then now he's in LA, which the universe is laughing at me. I don't know why she would try me like this. Why would you have him so close and yet so far away? That hurts my soul.
I think he cooks whenever he sees your films. Because when you're in his, I say he can saute. He sauteed. But you're my flipper!
Anyway.
And you two can bake together.
Because, so he has, in his house in Massachusetts, he has this beautiful kitchen. And so somebody was asking him, he said it. Somebody asked him, do you actually use that big, beautiful kitchen behind you? And he said that when his brother Scott was staying with him, Scott was the one who cooked. And he's like, I'm trying to get Scott back to come back out here because I really need a home cooked meal. And I'm like, what? Are you telling me you DoorDash 2 or 3 meals a day, sir?
He's a Postmater.
My God. And then I saw like an older interview that he did where they were like, somebody asked him like, what's your favorite thing to cook? And he was like, I actually don't cook that much. I hope to get into cooking more as I get older. And I'm like,
getting older, like what, 60?
Right? I was like,
I'm going to wait till I retire so I can learn how to make spaghetti.
I was like, your mother's Italian, sir. Did she not have you in her kitchen? I am upset.
growing up, when I was old enough to work with like the stove and stuff, my mom told me, and she taught me, that it's always important to know at least 3 things to cook on your own that you enjoy eating if you have to like fall back on something.
Right.
And so that's what she taught me about breakfast food. She taught me spaghetti and sausage, which is like my favorite go-to if I have to. I forget what the other one's, just sandwiches. But who can't make a sandwich?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Scott learned how to cook. Oh, I don't know. What did Krista? I don't know. I'll put that on my list of things to ask you. I'm like, why didn't you cook? Like, I didn't learn how to cook until I started wanting to lose weight, but because my mom didn't teach me how to cook. But anyway, so let's move off of Chris.
Yeah. And on to.
Do
you have a list?
No, I do not. But we're 48 minutes in and we've been talking about everything.
I thought you were the girl who likes to stay prepared.
I would like to, let me tell you, so we talked about the move. I want to tell you guys what else has been going on. As I had said, I don't think Taylor is still in here, but he and I had a mutual friend who passed away at the end of July. Now, I never met Mark in person. He lived in Alabama, but we connected because, as you guys know, my Twitter handle is Grown Geek Girl. Mark and another friend of mine, DJ, had a podcast called RCR Reviews, and Mark had another podcast called Emotions and Shit, where he just talked about whatever he wanted. And I was a guest on that podcast several times. But Mark was truly one of a kind. Like, he never sexualize me or any other woman that he talked to, that he came in contact with. There's actually a girl that I follow on Twitter, and we've bonded since Mark's passing. Her name is Haven Rain. She's a huge wrestling fan, and she and I have leaned on each other since Mark's passing. And I remember when Mark had a crush on her, it was never like, oh, I want to do all of these things to her. It's like, I love this about her. Like, she's like the way she laughs and the way she listens, and like just the way she talks about the things that she's into. It was, and he would say the same things to me. Like, he would tell me, what was going on in his life, and he'd be like, tell me what's going on with you, or, I'm here to hype you up. And I was like, I see so many amazing things for you. And he was just a light. And it still feels very unfair that it's very much like when Chadwick Boseman died, it was very much like losing Mark again, because here was this beautiful Black man who made the world a better place simply by being who he was and loving the people that were in his life the best way he could, by making them feel valuable, making them feel special, making them feel that they could achieve anything that they wanted. And it saddens me that he's no. I truly never imagined a day where I wouldn't see a post from him. I promised myself that when the pandemic was over, as much as I fear going to Alabama, I was going to make the trip out there to finally meet him and hug him and tell him how much I loved him. And now I won't get that chance. But
I think he knows.
He knows. I definitely believe that. I honestly feel that there's Taylor. I honestly feel that he would want me to continue, much like when my mom passed. Like, I really feel like he would want me to be the best that I could be. He wouldn't want me to wallow, because it was hard. It was really hard it's still hard. I think about him every single day. Like, I'll scroll through my Facebook memories and I'll see a post that he tagged me in, or just and it's just like, how are you not here anymore? But like I said, that he was the one that called me Slay Delval for the first time, and truly believed in everything that I did. And if I was doing something that he thought was idiotic, he would not hesitate to tell me, very much like this one.
What?
No, you call me out on my bullshit.
What? What bullshit? You are a perfect human being.
As I said, but and to speak on Chadwick Boseman, like, because I know him personally, that I think that was probably the most poignant celebrity death for me since Michael Jackson. Like, I had never shed tears over a person I had never met who didn't even know I was breathing.
Didn't you say that his death was like right around Michael Jackson's, or
No, Chadwick Boseman died 2 days prior to what would have been Michael Jackson's 62nd birthday. So I just, yeah, it is still very surreal that he's gone. It's like, it's not fair. Like, I'm coming up on the 3rd anniversary of my mother's passing in December. And there are still days where I'm like, oh, I need to call. She's not here. Like, there have been days during the pandemic after Mark's passing where I've been like, I need to talk to him. Yeah. And I never thought I'd be that person. I thought that's something that only happened in movies, where it's like somebody's mother would pass or somebody's father would pass, and they'd be like, I call just to listen to their voicemail just so I can hear their voice. And I'm like, I get where that comes from now, because I have lost people. You know, I've lost 2 friends to Corona, and I know several others in New York who have had it, who now have like long-standing health issues because of it, and you know, people that seem to be okay now. But I honestly think that the best of me, what I can give to those who loved me who are no longer here, is my best. I don't want to, trying not to cry because I love my makeup today. One of the things that Lupita Nyong'o said after Chadwick Boseman died, she used the hashtag take your time, but don't waste your time. She said that Chadwick had this like quiet strength about him, which I can see. And she's like, he was the type of person who knew that what he was doing was important. So there was a sense of urgency, but there wasn't any hurriedness to it. He was careful with what he did. He was very, he took the choices that he made very seriously, and he took his time with those choices. And he was very clear with what he wanted. And it resonated with me because I had said something in my video where I talk about how I honestly feel about being single and childless at 38, where it's like, I feel that I wasted my time by not taking my time. So to see that in connection to somebody who, even though I was a woman in my 30s, a geek girl in my 30s when Black Panther came out, knowing how much that movie meant to me, and I have a nephew who is now 16, but I know how much that movie meant to him. I know how much that movie meant to us as a community. And knowing that that man did that while undergoing chemo and surgeries and the regimen, the physical training that all of the actors go through when they sign on to do Marvel movies, seeing that in connection with that was just like, I wish I didn't have to learn it that way, but it just hammered home the point that that's the way I need to live going forward, where it's like, I can't afford to wait. I can say, no, that this is not exactly what I want, so I'm not going to move forward with it, you know, especially in terms of relationships, my God. And so it let me know that I was right to have that thought where it's like, no, I know, you know, I'm 38 and it can be that, you know, time is running out as far as, you know, having kids, but I'm not going to just run out and marry the first person that I click with, because I almost did twice. And and in hopes of me finally having my kids. Something about our former roommate that pissed me off is that I made the decision to not date and to be celibate for the first year that I lived out here because I wanted to focus on, for lack of a better phrase, I wanted to focus on building my empire because I know I'm gonna be somebody. And I'm not, like, honestly, I almost didn't move to California because of the guy that I was with 3 years ago. Because he's like, oh, I don't want to move to the West Coast because he had a kid. And he's like, I don't know if I could be away from my kid like that. And, you know, I always thought about going back to Virginia. And I was like, absolutely not. But I was willing to move wherever he moved. And then it got to the point where I saw that this is before he admitted to cheating on me, where it was literally just like, all right, I'm going to California with or without you. And he didn't. This man, from the last whereabouts I know about him, he's in Colorado. So it's like, you really didn't give a shit about your son, did you? Your son's all the way in Virginia. How often do you see your kid? Moving on. But
for all we know, his ex is the one that says you can never see him again.
Which would probably be because he's not a good person. I'm sorry. I'm still friends with his best friend who doesn't talk to me about him. I don't know if he tells, I'm pretty sure he doesn't tell my ex about what I'm doing. Cause I mean, I'm living pretty good. You know, aside from being an extrovert that's stuck in the house all day, but.
And then the house bored.
Yeah, well, I'm not bored. I've actually been, well, not this week.
No, she's had all the housewives to keep her busy.
Yes, I've started binge watching Real Housewives of Atlanta, starting from season 1, because I used to love that show. But I stopped watching it because life happened in New York City, and I couldn't afford cable anymore. So I just stopped watching it. But now we have cable. But it's not even on cable. All of it's on Hulu. So.
Oh, I thought that was Netflix you were watching.
No, it's Hulu.
Ha.
And yeah. So, but yeah. And also we've been organizing, and I've been trying to rest because I got to go back to work on Monday. Not back to the office, but as far as me logging back onto work, because I've been working from home since March. I haven't seen my boss's face other than the little icon that pops up in Skype. I haven't seen her face to face since right before St. Patrick's Day. Oh, it sucks. It sucks so bad. But I really think that my focus in terms of the rebrand of my channel, like my whole focus has changed given the way the events of this year have shaped me. And I'm just here to share that with you guys. Do I hope that, and I've said this in other streams, like, do I hope that enough people relate to me enough to want to come on that ride and hopefully YouTube becomes a source of supplemental income? Hell yeah. Do I hope that YouTube, my channel grows enough to where I get opportunities outside of YouTube? Hell yeah, because I want what I want. And if this year has taught me anything, it's that I no longer have to be afraid of going after what I want because life is too fucking short.
Watch out, Chris.
No, okay. So there was a girl on Twitter. There was a girl who, when I said that Chris is in Massachusetts, she was like, how do you know where he is? I'm like, every time he does an interview, the little thing in the corner says Boston, Massachusetts, even though he says he lives in the suburb of Boston. So it's not actually Boston, but whatever. It's like me. It's like us when we tell people where we're from, we have to say DC/Northern Virginia, because if you say Woodbridge, Virginia, people will be like, huh? Do you have a horse? Did you grow up on a farm? Because they don't know. Everybody thinks Virginia's rural. It's like, no. Northern Virginia is actually quite urban. It's very DC-ish now. Like, I don't recognize it. I haven't been back in over a year to visit. I said I was there to see my family before I moved, and I didn't recognize where I was because everything had changed so much from when I left. And I was like, he has a house out here too. And he has a house in LA. She was just like, yeah, I don't want to read about you breaking into his house. I'm like, one of Chris Brown's fans did that. Like she broke into his house and was laying up in his bed waiting for him. And I was like, I could never do that because I know, first of all, I'm sane. Second of all, I'm not the type of person who thinks that me breaking into somebody's house is going to have them like, oh my God, I didn't realize until I saw you laying in my bed, even though I have no idea what your name is, that I must be with you and spend the rest of my days with you. Like breaking into somebody's house isn't going to endear you to their heart. So
what was that name again? It's like, why can't you just say, thank you for making breakfast? That's so
Exactly.
sweet. No, none of this, what are you doing in my house business?
Exactly. Like, no, I'm not like, I have, like I said, I have an idea of how I'd like to meet Chris. Like just showing up on this, like passing him on the street and be like, Chris, can I get a picture? Like that's not going to do anything. Like I would really like it to be in a different capacity to where I could have an actual conversation with him. Like I can go to a convention, spend $250 and have a picture of him, you know, with his arms around me and be like, I met him, and like talk to him for 6 seconds and then go on about my day because there's like 300 people behind me trying to take a picture with Chris Evans. That's not how I want to do it. That's how I want to meet Zachary Levi, which I'm mad about because this freaking pandemic has robbed me. Well, actually, it's a good thing because I'm too thick right now to fit into my costume, my Shazam costume.
Gotcha.
Because I wanted to be, it began with a D. What the heck is her name? The little black girl. It's like Dora, Deidre.
Dee.
Dolores, something like that. But, you know.
The black one.
The good sister.
The good sister.
But I wanted to, because her suit is purple. And she's played by Megan Good as an adult when she's all Shazammed out. And they save Santa and she looks at him because it's a little girl in an adult's body. She's like, I think her name is Dora. And she's just like, my name is Dora and I've been a very good girl this year. Like I wanted to do that to Zachary Levi and I know he'd get the reference, but you know, it's fine. I won't get to do that. I might in 2021 if conventions are a thing again. It might not be because, you know, con crud is a thing.
True.
But I don't know. I would really like to meet Zachary Levi.
Con crud and COVID crud combined.
Just sick all around. But, you know, I would personally love to be in a movie that Chris is directing. Because I don't think he's gotten enough. He directed one movie, which is a movie of his I need to watch for my series called Before We Go. But Zachary Levi was a guest on Smosh. He did one of their Try Not to Laugh episodes. Yeah, he is. He is. Like on his Instagram stories. I'm gonna talk about Zachary Levi. Well, I never talk about Zachary and Levi on this channel. What's good? He has a compound that he built out in Texas called Wildwood, and they have like their own gym on the compound, and he's always on his Instagram stories doing his like WODs, which is workout of the day, because I guess they do CrossFit out there.
I'm gonna leave that one alone. Ow!
And
it's not like I did the WAP thing. But WAP and WAD.
AJ hates. I've been torturing him with WAP. He does not like that song at all.
WAP.
It's too filthy for him.
It's a flat A. WAP.
Anyway, I love that song. Y'all know how much I love.
So WAP and WAP.
We're not going to get into the whole. I'm not gonna, because I'll be here for 3 hours talking about how much the Canadian leprechaun Tory Lanez.
No,
dropping an album about how he didn't shoot Megan. Anyway, moving on.
No,
because I'll get upset.
We're going back to Zachary Levi's WOD. His workout of the day.
Yeah, we're going to talk about his workout of the day. Because he does that. It's either like pictures on his Instagram stories of like him doing a panorama of the sunset in Texas, or him out on the water, or his dog, or him working out. And I'm just like, I mean, he looked good.
He does.
Like he's
a very, very good looking, handsome
man. About 40 years old. And I'm just like,
so am I.
Could you come over here, please? I need you to be my friend. Like, he's one of those guys, like, I just don't know. He was like Benedict Cumberbatch for me, where it's like, I don't know if I want him to be my bro
Every
or to get
movie-
up in these guts. Like it goes back and forth. It's like I could just see like him and I drinking some hot cocoa and just talking about life, or I could see him up in these guts. Like I go back and forth. I go back and forth.
The color keeps flickering every time you shake your hand.
Because I'm trying to focus. But that's why I have. Well, no, I think Zachary has his own Pinterest board on my Pinterest.
And it's filled with images of your makeup looks.
No, he has his own Pinterest board where it's. I think I call him like the glorious Zachary Levi.
Oh, you mean not him having his own Pinterest board of images that he likes, but images. I mean, a category of your own.
Yeah, I would love for somebody to have like a Pinterest board of just my makeup looks and have it be somebody like Zachary Levi. When I meet them and they show me their phone, like, yeah, I've been a fan for a while. I'm like, oh my God.
You did this halo look once on your eye, and it's just like, bam.
I love the fact that you know what a halo eye is.
And I did it. And when I did her makeup, I did a halo eye, which I remember from, I think, seeing a tutorial or something in the past, and somebody explained it to her. I think she was probably the one who told me about it. So I killed her eyelids
because you were like pop 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 pop. So rough with the brushes. like I could. There are a few men like that. There's Zachary Levi, who I go. Army Hammer is another one where it's like I don't know. That's a lot of man. He is 6'5".
Ooh. Climb every mountain.
Rip every seam, sir.
Rip every seam. Try to lift that hammer. And worthy is the scream. I don't know.
We're not talking about Chris Hemsworth?
No. Oh, that's right.
It's like, I don't know. I can't get into
we're
Army.
talking about Army Hammer.
Yeah.
Lift the hammer.
The hammer. Gotcha. I don't, like, it's weird because like I started following him on Twitter and he does this glorious like song thing and his music tastes are very eclectic. So I'm like, chef's kiss. He's also there's also rumors that the reason he got divorced was because he's been very vocal about BLM and his wife was like, I need you to stop.
Okay.
She's like, oh yeah.
Natty, it's perfectly understandable.
It's perfectly understandable.
Not everybody is into Army. Some people prefer the Navy or the Air Force.
I don't know why I didn't see that joke coming. I should have. I'm mad at you.
You have better eyesight than I do right now. Thanks to all this. Have you talked about the smoke in the area?
Oh yes, let's talk about, for those who are worried about us and the California wildfires that are going on out
We're okay.
Here. We're okay.
But
I actually think we're being very much protected by the valley that we're living in. The fact that we're we're in the desert and there's no vegetation out here.
nothing but the tumbleweeds and the cacti.
Yeah, there's no, like, there have been days where like the sky looks overcast, but it's actually smoke.
Yeah.
And
ash.
And ash. But the last few days, the sky has been blue. You can smell the smoke.
The moment you open the front door, it smells like a fireplace.
Yeah. But the air quality is actually okay where we are. Like, I think if we were to go north or south of where we are, we'd be in trouble. But we're okay.
Where we are, I think, is a blessing.
It is. And I don't discount that. I am very aware. As much as I hate Lancaster, California, I honestly believe that being here has protected us and that we are being protected for a reason. I do believe that we are here for a bigger purpose. I don't know what that purpose is yet. I
turn the world around.
We come from the fire.
Living in the fire. Stay away from the fire so you turn the world around.
Oh, so is life. So is life.
It was a terrible harmony, but
we weren't playing.
I applaud our enthusiasm.
Oh God. But yeah, Natalia saw you were gonna make that joke, but I don't know.
I love we just picked a note and went with it.
So Masked Singer started again.
Masked Singer, Dancing with the Stars, and then that new one.
Oh, I can hear your voice.
I can see your voice.
I can see your voice.
Which sounds like some really creepy thing you hear from like a stalker or something.
I can hear your voice is nerve-wracking though. Because especially with like, so I can hear your voice. I can see your voice. Sorry. I can see your voice debuted on the day that they announced that only one person was going to be indicted for Breonna Taylor. It wasn't even for Breonna Taylor. It was because of the bullets that missed. And so the first contestant on I Can See Your Voice was a Black woman. And I was like clinging on to AJ. I was like, please give this Black woman $100,000 on this day.
Because that's the grand prize.
Because that's the grand prize. The purpose of the game is that you have 6 singers. And each round, you will have these people lip syncing. Actually, the first round you have people. The first round
is all the lip syncing, right?
So the good singers will be lip syncing to their own voices, and the bad singers will be lip syncing to somebody else's voice.
Right. And it's like if Tay went to like the recording studio and she recorded her own voice, and then she was on stage lip syncing to her own voice, and that she'd be the good singer. And if I was the bad singer, then I would just be lip syncing on stage to another guy's voice, pretending that it was mine.
Yeah.
So once the contestant has to decide first, trying to get rid of all the bad singers first.
Right.
If you can guess the best singer in each round, like 5 or 6 rounds, then if you're successful, you get $10,000. Right. So if she guessed me, and then I have to perform live then. And if I'm actually, singing well, then she lost out for that round because I'm a good singer.
Which actually happened in the first round.
Yeah. She picks me and I'm the bad singer, and then I prove that by singing like, this is a song for the lonely. Then she picked the correct choice because I'm the bad singer, and she won $10,000 for that round. Now, as she is choosing these people in each round, eventually you are left with one performer.
Who then performs with one of the judges. So
right.
They do a duet with one of the judges. And the judge, I think, this week that did the duet was Nick Lachey of 98 Degrees.
And the goal is that the last person that you leave on stage is a good performer, because you have the option now in this last round, okay, whatever money you earned in the last 5 rounds, you can leave with, or you can bet it all on the performer that you've left at the end being a good performer. And if they are a good performer or a good singer, you get the $100,000. But if it's not a good performer, if it's a fake, you get nothing.
Yeah. So what song did they sing? It was like some old Motown song, which I find funny because the first label that 98 Degrees was on was Motown. They were the first Caucasian act on Motown. But
I forgot the song.
It wasn't sure. Oh, it's Get Ready, Because Here I Come.
Right.
It's like, get ready, because here I come.
And Nick sang the whole first verse.
Yeah, so whole verse, and chorus. And we're sitting here, everybody has like a persona.
Mm-hmm.
All of the singers that you have to get. So there was the stylist, the rock climber, the mathematician, the golfer, and somebody else.
The football player.
The football player.
There were 3 guys and 3 girls.
So the last person standing was the stylist, and I kind of felt like when you watch the lip syncs, you're like, okay, it's called I Can See Your Voice. It comes on Wednesdays at 9.
Right after
Masked Singer on Fox.
Mm-hmm.
So they need to fucking sponsor us. We're doing all this promo for the show. So the stylist, people were like, yeah, I think he's a good singer because he was definitely in sync with the voice, and he was doing all this. When he went, oh, like the lip sync, he went, oh. So it's like, I think he's the good singer.
That's another thing, is that it's not just the contestant making these choices. Oh, even
there's
though
a panel to help you out.
Panel of celebrity detectives to help put in their 2 cents for the contestant to
help them make their choice,
their decision. So this past episode, which I think they change out.
Yeah.
The past episode, the celebrity guests were Nick Lachey, Arsenio Hall,
Kelly Osbourne.
Who
looks fantastic, by the way.
Cheryl Hines, and Adrienne Bailon.
Well, Houghton. She's now a married woman.
Right, she's not a married woman. So it's 5 celebrity guest detectives, and I believe that they changed.
And Ken Jeong is the host.
And Ken Jeong is the host, and he does an actually really good job as a host. He's really good.
I still can't believe he's an actual medical doctor, as is his wife. But
and he's got a great
stage presence.
Presence.
He's hilarious on Masked Singer.
He is. But I do believe that the celebrity guest detectives interchange. Yeah. Because
I hope Arsenio Hall stays because he was funny.
He was funny. In the package trailer or whatever that they played during the commercials, we saw Nicole Byer.
Yeah, Nicole Byer.
We saw I forget who else. Nicole's the one that stuck out
because we love Nicole from Nailed It.
Nicole from Nailed It.
I follow her on Twitter. She is hilarious.
Yes, she is. So I think
I want her to be my friend as well when we move to Burbank.
I think it'll be cool to see where the show goes because yes, it is very nerve-wracking because they do the suspense thing really well, keeping you on the edge, waiting for the person to sing so you can tell if they're good or bad. And oh my gosh, they're
really bad singers up on here. It'd be like if my mom were alive and they picked her, because my mom was tone deaf. The house, it was bad. We would go to church and she'd be trying to sing. I'm like,
But the sneaky thing is that the bad singers did a really good job with their lip sync. They played it and they made you believe. Mm-hmm. And even the good singers, like the what was it? The golfer.
That he threw me off.
He completely. Was the first round, and he was
they wheeled out a piano for him.
Yeah, because he's actually a music teacher.
Yeah,
but when he did his lip sync, he was holding the microphone with 2 hands, and he felt really stiff.
Yeah, people were like, "No actual performer holds the mic like that."
Yeah, and then she picked him as a bad singer, and then they asked him to sing live to prove if he's good or bad, and they wheeled out a piano for him.
We were like, "Oh no!"
Oh my God!
She just lost $10,000.
I know. I felt so bad.
But so it got down to the stylist, and Nick Lachey was singing, and I was like, "Please give this Black woman $100,000 on this day." And then the stylist started singing. He's like, "Get ready!"
It wasn't even that. He started with the belting.
Oh, he's like,
it's like,
no! So get ready. I was like, yes.
And she won the $100,000.
Tears streaming, mascara,
crying,
lashes coming off. I was like, I don't know if I could take another episode. I don't know if I could take another episode. It was definitely better than Ultimate Tag.
Yeah, that was a bad show.
Even though Travis beat my Beach Boy, he still looked good.
He had no butt.
I know. He Canadian, though.
That's why.
He's a Canadian living in Los Angeles.
And it's like he built everything else, but when it was time for butt day, he was like, hey.
Should we do a live stream next week when Eric is here?
Sure. I mean,
we can ask him. I don't want to force him on camera, but because I do plan this. I'm back, y'all. I'm back. There will be videos, and I would like to give you all a sneak preview. And I'm probably going to put a poll up on my community tab.
This is not that kind of show.
And
putting up polls. Shame on you. They're lamps.
I'm probably going to put up a poll on Twitter, shut up, and on my community tab where I ask you if you would like me to, because I know I can't play, the next video I'm going to do is, before I do my review of Scott Pilgrim, is songs that have saved my life. I've been thinking about doing this video for months, and I definitely wanted to do it.
Can you play the songs?
I think I can play clips of the song, but it has to be really quick. So I was like, I could probably just sing them.
Oh, like Zach did on his slide.
So like one of the songs that saved my life was Wings by Little Mix. So I could definitely be like, Mama told me not to waste my life. She said, spread your wings, my little butterfly. Don't let what they say keep you up at night. And they can't detain you, cause wings are made to fly. Like I could do that. Just so if you've never heard the song before, it'd be like, oh, let me go to Spotify and see.
I almost started
Actually, I have a Spotify playlist of songs that have saved my life. My sister-in-law just sent me a video. I will look. Actually, you know what's funny is that people, since I don't know if it was just the energy of the last place, but people that I have not spoken to in forever have been coming back into, it's not even Mercury retrograde. People that I have not spoken to in forever have been coming back into my life, and people that I speak to regularly are keeping in better contact. I was like,
we knew the energy here was way more positive and different the moment your cat.
Oh yes, let's talk about my cat.
Because Princess, whom all of last year in the other apartment didn't want to be near anybody, barely even like near her mama. She didn't want anybody to touch her. She would bat at the dog, and all sorts of things. And then we get here, and she's just roaming around the apartment, plopping down, loafing on the floor, on the sofa, and everything.
Nuzzling AJ.
She nuzzled me. Not only did she nuzzle me, but and let me pet her. But on Monday, the Monday after the move, I got a call from one of my brothers, Joshua, to see how we were doing. And so I sat down here on the edge of the sofa, or at the end, and just was chatting. And Princess spotted me from the hallway, walked up to the sofa, jumped up onto the sofa, and then just right next to my thigh and let me pet her. And I'm like, this never happens. Okay.
Like I smudged the apartment.
Took a while to get it out.
Was it Monday? And just everything feels better here.
Good vibes. Good energy, good cable.
I feel so at peace here, even though I hate Lancaster.
We even have art up.
Yeah, this is an
art in color.
Here, I'll tilt it up for you. So I bought this with some of the money my mom left me when she passed away a few years ago to redecorate my apartment. I wanted to move to California. That's the LA skyline behind us. It's LA at night, which I can't wait to see when pandemic is over and I get a car
and the smoke is cleared so you can see the skyline.
Exactly. And I can just and we can just go to LA and party. And
the apartment actually is coming together quite nicely. There's still a few things that we want to put together, or at least I know I want to. Like I do eventually want us to get like a dining table so we can have a place to sit and eat that's not the sofa. Right. Maybe a trolley for, Malibu rum and stuff.
I like the portable bar idea.
Yeah, the portable bar idea. I did find on Amazon and favorited. So, when the time comes and the money rolls in, that we can get some balcony furniture for our little balcony, including some small chairs. And I found, because I wanted to get like a little like weatherproof something table for outside, and they had one that was wood inspired,
like our floors,
like our floor, which is pretty much just a metal table that's painted like wood. But then I also found this. Of course, I'm thinking about this one all the time. I can't help it, and or I try to think about the people that I care about in my life more than I think about myself. That's just the way I was raised. So when I'm scrolling through furniture, all of a sudden I see this patio table, cute little round patio table that has like a stained glass top of a hummingbird. Do you want to explain the significance of hummingbirds in our home?
I'm going to cry, like literally. Okay.
Well, you like your makeup, so don't do that. Here. There, look, see, no crying.
My mother's favorite animal was hummingbirds, and one of the last Mother's Day gifts I gave her was a fountain, a little music box with hummingbirds on them. And when she passed, I wanted to get. I'm probably gonna wait until it's safe. I found a. I was gonna say hotel. I found a tattoo that I'm gonna get right here of a lotus flower. I'm Buddhist. A small hummingbird being watched over by a larger hummingbird. When we moved to our last apartment, literally the day after we moved in, a hummingbird flew past the window. And I got a hummingbird feeder. During the season where hummingbirds were plentiful, they would come and feed at the feeder. So I would see hummingbirds almost daily.
And it was easier to do that at that one because we had a patio and a balcony.
Yeah.
So the edge of the patio was actually much thicker for them to rest on, whereas our balcony, the rail
It's just
is
a railing.
bit thin. So, but we'll figure out how to put it up.
So, and when we saw that, I was bummed about that. Because I was like, oh, I don't have a place to put the hummingbird feeder, so I won't see hummingbirds. And then he found the table and to put outside of the balcony. I'm like, yeah, perfect. Yeah. Because I do believe that's probably why Princess keeps meowing. Because my mom's walking around like, just making sure everything's all right. Yep. Mark's probably here too. Well, Mark's never been. He knows what I look like. We talk all the time, but he's probably come through a few times too.
Mark,
my friend that passed away.
Oh yes.
So,
I am my spending issues because we're trying to do no buys so we can bring our funds back up.
Yeah.
But I'm guilty in shopping more than I should, especially like at stores where I go with a store with an idea of like 3 items and I pop out with like 13. Although today I did pretty well. When we went to
Target. We only left with 4 items.
We only left with 4 items, but
Thank you, Mouse.
Yeah.
Love you.
What happened?
She's like, hey, love, just wanted to pop in and say I love you, big congrats on the new place.
Aww.
I love her. That's the person that sent me the Chris blanket and the candles.
I love those things. They are so cool.
The candles are amazing. I burned the America's Ass candle and my whole bedroom smelled like cherry pie.
Oh, cherry.
It smelled like cherry because it smells like cherries. It smells like cherry pie. I was so happy. So
I was saying that unlike our last apartment where it felt like it just took, with the exception of the furniture and things that our roommate Corey already was able to bring into the apartment because he moved in first since he already lived here. At least for my room, it felt like, and I know for yours because you were trying to get that furniture in there as soon as possible, that it felt like it just took a long time for at least our personal spaces to feel like ours.
Yeah. So
now that we do have, more space to fill and whatnot, and artwork to put up and, things, I don't want to spend too much time of the year here working on making our personal space feel like a home.
Right.
I want it to feel as homey as quickly as possible,
right,
so that we can enjoy it more while we are here.
Well, me personally, I've got so much to save up for this year in terms of like I need to get my car, and we want to get a new couch, and we both want new televisions.
Yeah, I'm not going to get a new television this year. I tried calculating how much it would take to save up for it, and it was like 13 months, and that's if I was able to save.
Well, that'll be by the time we move to Santa Clarita.
Yeah, so I might as well just wait. If I can even afford it by then, who knows?
But you're right, ass never smelled so good. I'm gonna save those candles when they're burnt out, like all the wax is gone. I'm gonna save them so I can # show them to Chris.
I mean, if ass always smelled like cherry pie, who wouldn't be hungry? Is that safe to say?
Yes. And as I said before, I'm pretty sure that Chris and his brother have had conversations about that.
About cherry pie or about ass?
About ass.
Oh, okay.
Oh, God. But no, I totally agree. Like, struggling. I've been struggling to not buy makeup. Like what I'm wearing on my face right now is Rare Beauty, and I bought that a couple of days ago. But it's supposed to be on my no buy. And then I have the Glam Light Ice Cream Dream palette coming, which was actually supposed to be here today, but because I forwarded my mail, they were like, "Oh, gotta take this back," because I bought it before we moved, thinking it was going to be at the old address before we moved. So I went ahead and forwarded my mail. So I'll probably get it next week.
Yeah, my guilty.
And I'm not buying it. Oh, Lord, I cannot buy any more makeup. I want to use as much as I can, so I don't have to take as much with me when we.
I know. I wanted it to, if not.
I'm putting all that in my own car when we move to Santa Clarita, because
like if not the TV or the PS5, which would be a dream. I did see a special edition, like $100-something Black Arachnia figure from Beast Wars that I would have gifted myself in honor of the move. But I'm like, you know what? Lately, my guilty purchases have been furniture for the house or for my room. Like this weekend, I'm supposed to be like, save money. Ooh, lamp. Ooh, smart light bulbs. Ooh, towel rack.
Well, we needed the towel rack.
We did.
Because we both.
Did you put your towels on it?
I didn't put my towels on it.
I worked so hard to make this house beautiful.
Because I wrap myself up in my towels and go to the bedroom. Because that's what I'm used to doing. So I don't leave my towel in the bathroom.
Okay.
So
it's a waste.
It's not a waste.
Yeah, my sandal had it coming.
It's a house shoe.
It's a sandal.
House shoe. You know what? Okay, so let's talk about this.
Look, I can hold my own sandal.
It's a house shoe.
It's a sandal. It's a sandal.
See what happens when you mess with me?
Sandal.
House shoe.
Sandal.
House. You even asked me, like, do you not have house shoes?
Sandal.
House shoe. Anyway, moving on. Tomato, like the Mark Hamill and Patrick Stewart commercial. Oh, love. But yeah. Anything else on your mind, darling?
I don't know. We've been here for a little over an hour and a half.
Yeah. So I think
I don't know if I do.
I think we can go ahead and wrap it up for the evening.
There's still more things that I'd like to do personally around the apartment, but do what we can now, and then the rest is all in due time.
Yeah. And like I said, guys, they change when I start uploading again, which will be this coming week. Will be no longer Tay, aka Slay, which means I'll probably have to come up with a new intro.
I thought it was Glown.
Oh, no,
an exit. A new exit. Thank you for coming to Slay.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to change that too.
To change everything. But the rebrand will be, the channel name will be Glowed Up Geek Girl. It'll still be me.
Not Glown.
Glowed Up Geek Girl.
Instead of just like flip the R into an L. Glown.
No.
I glown up.
No.
Glown.
But so I'm gonna have to work on that. But yeah, the next video should be out. Actually, I'm gonna try to stick to my More Than Marvel Mondays. I'm gonna try to get my review of Scott Pilgrim up to you before the clock strikes Tuesday. I'm gonna have to rewatch that movie on Monday to get my review up of it, and then I will have that review. I will probably be doing my Chris reviews, because if I do it every Monday, we gonna be here till the pandemic's over. So with watching Chris movies, and I really want him to see the series so we can talk about it. So I might do 2 a week.
Ooh. We know the world's crazy. You're all in a whirl. We thank you for catching up with our Glowed Geek Girl. Money.
I'll see y'all later. I love y'all so very much. And hit me on Twitter at Grown Geek Girl. I'm still Slay Delvell on Instagram. I'll have to change that too. But I love you guys. Have a good night. Thank you for being here for the first night back on YouTube. Mwah. Take care, guys.
Bye.
I love having you on this stream. I truly, truly love having you on my stream.